Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
And hello and welcome to episode 224 of On the Bench, the podcast for scale modelers, by scale modelers, all about scale models. And this episode is being brought to you by Jamie Turner, Henning Reish and Eurocon. Thank you, gentlemen, for becoming our latest Patreon supporters and also for increasing your Patreon support as well. You too can join this league of extraordinary gentlemen. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month upwards. Every financial OTB Patreon supporter gets an OTB sticker and of course goes into the wonderful Wheel of Fortune. Your support helps with our operating and production costs and are greatly appreciated. We've got a fantastic show coming up for you today, guys. We've got an interview, I should say, with somebody who's starting a new bricks and mortar hobby store. That is very exciting, and it's going to be quite a great chat finding out how they actually went about it and what they're planning to do, so it should be very, very interesting. In the meantime, we are very proud to be supported by the Scale Model Supply, so how about we go and check out what Scott has to say.
Hi, I'm Scott, the creator and owner of the Scale Modeler Supply, Australia's largest manufacturer of hobby paints. Our premium airbrush-ready acrylic lacquer paints are designed specifically for use on plastics, with a comprehensive range covering all popular modelling subjects including military, aircraft, rail, auto, sci-fi and more. And not only that, but we also have a wide selection of essential hobby tools and now, Infinite Colour, our new range of water-based paints for miniatures. So to check out our range and to find your closest retailer, please visit our website at scalemodeler.com.au. So when quality matters, choose SMS Paints.
And hello and welcome to the show, and in the studio I've got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone else.
And Julian, of course.
Good morning.
How have you been, gentlemen? How has your fortnight been?
Pretty busy.
Modelling wise?
No, unfortunately not. No, okay. No, that's. I'm lucky to get an hour in a month these days.
But the good news is you're coming to Canberra.
Yes.
Yes.
So far, so good. Fingers crossed.
Excellent.
Looking forward to that.
And Julian?
Well, I'm coming. As far as the hobby goes, let me see. I finished the Subaru. Did I mention that last time?
No. I think you were
No,
close
you
to
didn't.
it.
No.
Yeah, so I finished the Subaru for Marissa's bug build.
Right.
And I photographed that up, and I submitted it. And, I don't like that car, really.
You don't like that car. Well, let me tell you about the Skyline.
It's just a blue Subaru, right? It's just a blue. I don't like Subarus. Right, and of course it's blue because they're always blue, right?
Of course.
And on the way here, I saw like a typical clapped out one, you know, like rust everywhere and broken taillights and everything. I was like, it's a typical Subaru.
So did you model yours like that?
No, I didn't.
No, I should have.
I can't. Yeah, and then after that, also I got the Skyline done for the Interclub.
Yes, we need to talk about the Interclub.
Yes.
Good
And
plan.
and then what else happened? And, Marissa started a new group build, so I was
my God.
I'll go in on that one as
What is it this time?
This time the group build is crossing franchises.
That's the title.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept.
Huh.
So, for example, you might say, do a Gundam.
Yep.
But you paint it in a non-Gundam theme.
So like in a...
So, for example, you could do it as a
Ozcam.
Gulf Oil racing scheme.
Oh, yeah.
But generally, it's different franchise, so it has to be like, say, because it's from a certain type of media,
Yeah.
you would go to a different type of media.
Okay.
Right, let's say you painted a Gundam to look like Optimus Prime
Right.
or to look like Batman.
Or to look like a Thunderbird suit.
Yeah, you could do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's the concept.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so like everyone's sort of racking their brain like, oh, what should I do? I could
So
do
what are
this,
you doing?
I could do that. And
Yeah,
everyone's got like overload of like concepts to do.
So what are you doing?
So I've settled on one for now, but I keep changing my mind.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the best kit for it comes out in January.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait a while before I do it.
All right, well,
So
And I could change my mind at any point in between now and then.
Any hints on what it is?
I'll tell you what it is. It's just a very unusual looking mech. Mecha. It's not a Gundam. As far as I know. And because it was carrying a crowbar, I thought, I'll do that as Gordon Freeman from Half-Life, which is a video game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, very interesting. Very
Yeah, and he's normally like Gordon Freeman. He sort of looks like Ned Flanders if Ned Flanders wore like an exoskeleton suit and carried a crowbar.
Right. Diddly.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, like he's known for the beard and the glasses and the short brown hair and.
Yeah, look, I like the idea. I remember years ago, someone was doing a similar thing, but with the Warhammer miniatures,
Oh yeah,
and they did them all up as characters from The Simpsons. It was brilliant. I only ever saw them in like the green stuff
yeah.
add-on bits, but they looked brilliant.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, I think Barney Gumble had like a couple of kegs on his back and things like that. It was absolutely.
was he an orc?
brilliant. No, they were all Space Marines.
Okay,
Yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
because he looks kind of like an orc.
Yes. So, what about you, Dave? How's the?
I did a little bit the other week. I still hate it.
Just get it done.
I know.
Now you know how I feel with that stupid submarine.
Yeah.
and the truck.
Yeah. Well, truck's kind of closer to your car thing, so. But, the concept is now pretty well baked in, and I've attached all the interior. I was just going to put the gear stick and the steering wheel on. I've done a little bit of painting on the interior. I figure you're not going to see much, so I'm not really going to town too much on the interior. It's just like, look, you either really enjoy the subject or you don't, and I just don't enjoy building cars, so it's a real chore for me. So, and that's the only thing on my bench. So when I go to my bench, it's all I see, and it's just soul sapping. It's just, anyway. I've got to get it done because my weekends are getting so clogged.
Because we're getting near the end of the year.
Well, I've got a trip across to Western Australia coming up for a weekend because my son's going to be having his first baby over there.
Yep.
Of course, we've got Canberra coming up, so that's another weekend gone. And then in January, I'm away for most of January because I'm overseas on holidays. So
yes, that's right.
So it is what it is. Anyway, I'll get it. It needs to be done by March, I think. So
You've got
skates on.
time, I suppose.
Yeah, I know.
You got even
Well,
a
you
lot
got most
time
of
in
it
the
done
new year.
anyway.
Well, yeah. I'm actually surprised how much I do get done when I sit down at the bench. I mean, last weekend, the weekend before, it might have been last weekend. I can't because we had Interclub. The weekend before, I think I got a power of work done. I was quite surprised how far I got. So I just need to do that and be disciplined and sit down.
Yep.
So let's talk about more fun stuff.
There's also I've also got the Tirana on my bench.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, which I'm procrastinating over because I'm just
So which
I'm unenthused about that one.
Which model Tirana is it?
LC
2-door or 4-door?
LC 2-door.
Oh, it's the LC.
Yeah.
Yep. What colour are you going? Orange.
It's already painted.
What colour? Orange.
It's green, like a metallic green.
All right. Yep. Nice.
Had the 308 engine in it.
Yes.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
V8.
Yeah, I've got the old J in the stash, which I reckon is a better looking one.
Yeah.
In any case, so
Anywho,
there's that. Maybe I'll get it done for its only purpose, which is the ACT show. But
Well, you better get your skates on because
Yeah,
you've
I
only got
know.
4 weeks, not even that.
yeah, I know.
Or did you see DDA's bringing out the XB 4-door MFP
No.
from Mad Max?
Oh, yes, I did see that. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that is going to go like a cut snake.
I reckon.
Yeah,
I'll be
sales
definitely
gonna be-
adding one of those to the collection.
Yeah.
Especially that yellow scheme. Pretty cool.
A candy car.
Yes. True. Very candy cat.
Cool's not what I would call it, but it's significantly. It's got
It's
prominence.
iconic. It's
Yes,
iconic.
very iconic.
Yep. So last weekend we had the interclub competition.
Yes.
And for listeners who don't know what the Interclub is, there's Waverley Scale Modelers Club. They put this on each year, and it's an invitational where they invite various clubs around the state to come and join. They provide you with 2 kits that you have to build prior to attending, and then on the day you have to, as a club, sit down and build a kit in, I want to say 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
And this year the kit was a
Stug.
Yeah.
So
What scale?
35th scale.
35th scale.
Oh, geez, that's a pretty decent.
And the
What
winning...
brand kit was it, sorry?
Tamir.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be, yeah.
So
Shake and bake.
the winning club was Dandenong Scale Model Club. Again, 4th year in a row. What can you say? A club of champions.
Well, we could have let it slip off this year. We had some. We had one person not show, and it was very understandable.
We had 2 people not
Or was
show.
it not two people?
2 people
But they
no shows.
but were they one of them that I knew of?
Well, Greg, he
had-
forgot.
Oh, he forgot. Yeah, but I know I'm not expecting him to show up.
I am.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because he was keen about it. He said,
was he?
he said I'm going to definitely be there.
Oh, well. In any case, the other one, he had some stuff going on in life, and that's how it is sometimes.
What are the other?
He was responsible for one of the armor kits.
Yeah.
And so one of our club members who goes between our club and another
Yeah,
club sort
yeah.
of was able to tie us over with a kit that he brought for a different thing, just to show somebody.
But what
He
are the-
brought a kit along just to show someone. He's like, oh, can we use that one?
But one of the other clubs,
Got us over the line.
they must have brought 20 guys, and they're all sitting around a table.
Yeah, for once it wasn't our club that was the biggest turnout.
Yeah,
All
it was
right.
huge. So
And
It's-
they gave it a good go.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
a lot
glad
of fun.
I'm glad that turned up.
it's a lot of fun, and hats off to the guys at Waverley. They do a sensational job of running it each year, and
Yes,
can't
absolutely.
wait till next year. So come and knock us off our perch is all I can say.
Yeah. Another car model that I made goes into the into the cabinet because we got like at our club where we meet, we've got like a little like display cabinet, and it's getting really full of all the stuff that we build for
Yeah, we need to have a
for the Interclub.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking that we should maybe record there for next year. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Then I wouldn't have any time to do anything. Like,
Well, I could pull you in for 5 and 10 minutes while Ian and I sort of talk to other people and stuff, and we'd find a way.
we'll see. It's a whole year away, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Rightio. Shall we have a look at some mail? What do you reckon?
Yes.
We got some interesting mail in. Now, here we go. First one comes from Wes Champ. Hey there, fellow dreaded henchmen.
Yeah.
Okay, just a heads up. This has nothing to do with cars, Julian. You can tune out now.
Cool.
Or armour or sci-fi. So good night to Ian. I wanted to get in touch following a discovery I made when I was researching my favourite real space rocket, the Skylark. This beast of a sounding rocket was launched in our very own Woomera rocket range and is the most successful rocket program with 441 successful launches over its history. But this is just the start of the wonders of the Skylark. Have you ever wondered why Dave is so into real space subjects? Have you ever pondered what on earth might be the connection for his passion of the tubular builds? You can make a record album out of it. What makes Mr. Dave so passionate about nose cones, fins and thrusters? Well, I found something that I believe is at the heart of it all. You see, during the evolution of the awesome Skylark rocket, there were many variations, upgrades, add-on designs developed and engineered. And one such add-on was a booster section. And here we go. The name of the booster section was the Goldfinch Booster.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, that's right. It turns out the Podfather himself shares the name of one heck of a booster that was shoved up the clacker of one of the most awesome Aussie and British rockets ever. Now, whilst all the OTB listeners scramble for the interwebs to research the next Skylark model build to gain points for a unique and deep subject, and Dave steps up with pride wearing the Skippy badge of rocket history goodness, ready to build a replica of this tubular thrust machine of Australia and British glory. Just remember, as we all start to see the comp tables filled with Skylark, the Goldfinch may have dibs on the booster, but I have dibs on the one who shared it to the model world. Well, at least I think how I have dibs, don't I? Actually, would cosplay include real space subjects? Just imagine a goldfinch with a goldfinch strapped to his butt. Seriously, guys, keep up the great work. Love what you share and how you share it and the way you welcome Wallies like me. I've attached images of the Skylark booster with the of the Skylark rocket with the Goldfinch booster.
Very cool.
There you go.
There you go. Don't look anything like you though.
Lot of hot,
It's too skinny.
lot of hot air though.
Yes.
I think I've got to try and find and build that now.
Yeah.
I really
Well, if
do.
anyone makes it.
Yeah. Thanks for that, mate. Next one comes from Dermot Crowley, who writes, "Hi guys, I've just been listening to your most recent interviews whilst building a new model, which has been the most pleasant surprise. My usual choice of model is aircraft with a bit of dabbling in tanks, ships and cars. Recently, a family friend gave me a Bandai 1-1000 Andromeda spaceships with sound effects and lights. It was given to her 9-year-old son, but was way too complicated for him, so I gladly took it and bought him some more appropriate Lego instead. Anyway, I thought I'd give it a go, and to my surprise, I'm loving it. I'm going beyond just snapping it together and will paint and weather it up a bit, but I'm loving the good design and the freedom not to have to make something historically accurate. It won't divert me away from my love of aircraft, but it has opened up my horizons a bit. I would never have bought this kit, but will definitely buy more. It is still a work in progress, but happy with it so far. Thanks for the entertainment while I've been snipping and spruing and dabbing glue, and looking forward to seeing you guys in Canberra. I'll be entering my Qatari Spitfire vignette ready for action."
Cool. Looking forward to
And that's
it,
from Dermot.
Oh, very cool.
So, and he sent us a picture of the Bandai Andromeda, which looks really cool, actually.
It does, yeah. Yeah, pretty cool looking ship.
Yeah, it's fairly large. I might have to go out and buy one of them.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
There you go. You've inspired Dave.
All right, Dermot, we'll see you in Canberra.
Yes, we will.
Rightio. Next one comes from Luke Van Neck. Did I say that right, Ian?
Luke Van Neck.
There you go. And this is for Julian, and it says a bit. I don't really know what this email means. It says, "Hey Julian, what buffer did you get for your Display pen?"
I just bought a set of the cotton buffing wheels off Amazon. I haven't used them yet, but what I was using specifically was for getting into the small nooks and crannies, and that's
like when you're doing your VWs.
Yeah. So I was just a Q-tip or cotton bud, as we call them here, and I just cut that in half and chucked that up in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That worked well.
Yeah. It just as long as you use the side of it, because
Otherwise, you got to burn holes in 2 seconds. In a second flat, yeah.
It's because the end of the shaft is still pointy in there, and once that starts, as the cotton part of it gets, soaked up in the compound, it wants to poke through.
Right.
Yes.
You don't want that to happen.
No, you don't want the plastic bit poking through. Yeah.
No.
It cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically using a plastic drill bit to attack your model.
Yes, totally agree.
All right, thanks for that, Luke. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Our good friend
Greg Lester.
Greg Lester's written in. Greetings. Small thought with SMC having finished and taking over the internets. Yes, I'm very jealous. The Grand Slam of model shows, like the Grand Slam of Taos F1. So motivate a modeler to visit them all in a lifetime. And he's listed here some. So SMC Europe, Monson, Malcolm. What's Malcolm?
Don't know.
Model show. Scale ACT, Heritage Con, and then he's gone, add your country here. And of course also he's mentioning the online VMX from Models Without Borders. And he said, and Rob Riv needs to come to Australia where he can swear like the rest of us. That's Greg Lester.
Yes, he'd fit right in.
AKA Bacon Bits. So what other one would you add in there? I'd have to add two from the US, so actually three from the US. You'd need to go to IPMS Nationals once in your life just to see how just big that is. You need also to do... What's that big armour one they do over there with all the armour?
Is it ArmorCon or something?
No. Not ArmorCon. Oh, all the armour builders are screaming at me now.
Amps.
Amps. Thank you. Yeah, Amps. And...
The Shizuoka Hobby Show, I would say.
yeah, that's another one. That's
What
another
about
one.
in E-Day?
What's E-Day?
Big Edward show.
I've never heard of that.
E-Day, yeah.
Is it really? It's obviously held in
I'll say Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia or something.
More likely, yeah.
Well, there is no Czechoslovakia anymore.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic then.
And then there's Slovakia.
What would you just call it? Bohemia. the old name, Bohemia.
Now, there's another one in the US. It's done for the sci-fi stuff. Louisville, Kentucky. Oh,
I know the one you're talking about. That's the
why
one
is
that
escaping my mind.
That's the one, the guy from what's that TV show, the Mythbusters? He goes to that one.
Oh, Adam Savage.
Yeah.
Adam Savage.
No. He's offsider, does all the filming.
Oh yeah, okay. He's offsider guy.
Oh, what is that called? It's going to come to me later on.
Well, didn't you also say there's some good shows in Korea? Julian?
Not that I know of. Not
okay.
really. I mean, I'm sure there might be one, but it's
Yeah.
not on this level of like bucket list kind
Malaysia
of stuff.
has a reasonable show, which some of our Aussie mates have gone to, and
Yep,
they've
including
raved
Greg.
about it. Yeah, Greg went to that one. I think those ones would be the majors, and I'd be really interested to hear what our listeners say and what other sort of, and when I say shows, like a major show, something a bucket list show that you have to go to. So if you can sort of think of that and write in with suggestions, you can
Yes.
send it to onthebench64@gmail.com. We'd certainly love to hear what shows you believe that we should be going to. It's killing me not remembering what that sci-fi one is. Oh, and I know Kentucky Dave will be the other end of this screaming into his phone right now because he... anyway. It'll come to me. It will come to me. All right. Shall we perhaps do a Wheel of Fortune?
Wonderfest.
Wonderfest! Oh, thank God. Thank you, Julian. Yes. I've got to get the Wonderfest one here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
2027, I think.
Yeah,
Although-
maybe you should. Maybe you should.
What?
I don't know. I mean, so this is the problem, right? There's no end to these shows, and we're always doing things throughout the year.
Yeah.
And we just don't. What we really need to do is strike it rich and then just retire
Just to fly around the world.
and just fly around the world to all these shows. And
Well, I'm working really hard on the lottery, but it's just not coming my way.
yeah.
Because the trouble, because we're so far away from everybody that it takes hours and costs a lot of money to get there.
It costs a ton of cash.
I mean, for the guys to fly from the US to Europe is like us from going from here to New Zealand, really.
Yeah.
It?
Yeah, I suppose.
And the European guys, well, they jump in the car and you can, have breakfast in one country, lunch in another country, and dinner in a third country in a day.
Yeah, I hear about like racing teams over in Europe go, oh yeah, we're based out of Ireland and we're going to Poland this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Poland. That's like on the other side of Europe,
And it takes us a day to drive from here to Sydney. Anyway,
Maybe not for the weekend, but they go over there and it's their thing.
Before we get into the Patreon Wheel of Fortune, we have to make sure that everybody is aware, unless you've been living under the rock, that on November the 8th and 9th is Scale ACT. And, of course, we're going to be there.
Yep.
We want to make sure that you guys come. If you're coming, bring a minimum of 5 models because hashtag 1,000. We want to see 1,000 kits on the judging tables this year. And I know that the judges up there are going to hate me for saying this, but come on, guys, we can do it. Entries are now open, so you can now go and register your models. Make sure you read the instructions because they're asking for a photo of the model to go with instructions with the entries as well. So go and check that out. Simply go to the address is actsms.asn.au/scale-act, one word, -25. Or just put in Google Scale ACT 25 and it'll take you right to their main website. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend. They've got a whole list of stars going to be there, including yours truly. Calvin Tan for one. Our good mate Bacon Bits is going to be doing a show there.
Lincoln Wright.
Lincoln Wright's going to be there. A whole heap of guys, and of course the nightlife is just as good, if not better, than the actual show.
So they're both on par with each other.
Absolutely. Rightio, let's find out who our winner for the Patreon Wheel of Fortune is going to be. And don't forget to be eligible to join the Patreon Wheel of Fortune. Just going to be a fully paid member of our Patreon group, our League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Let's spin the wheel and see who the winner is going to be. And we're going to do a T-shirt again. They're pretty popular. And the winner this time is, drum roll, Sunkist.
Sunkist.
All right, Sunkist. We'll be sending an email out to you and we'll get that all sorted out.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, terrific. How about we have a very short break and we'll come back and as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we've got a fantastic interview coming up, which I think everybody's going to find really interesting. All right, back very shortly. And that gives me great pleasure to introduce to the show Stan Spooner. And the reason we've got Stan on the show is because he's doing something very special that I'm quite excited about, and I thought I'd love to share it with our audience as well. But before we get to that, I guess we really need to let Stan introduce himself and perhaps tell the audience who Stan Spooner is and where you come from and what you do. Welcome to the show, Stan.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time. This is fun. Other than the obvious, big fat bald guy who builds models, I am currently talking to you from Central Texas, and I've been building plastics since I was 6 years old.
Can I hold you there? Because I just want to do something. You ready?
Yep.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Boom. Yeah.
Cringe.
Yeah. Out here, you do that, you get shot.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And everyone's packing. So,
Yeah.
Okay. I'll file that away.
No. So, anyway, calling you from Central Texas, talking to you from Central Texas. And I moved here about 5 years ago from Southern California, and have a deep passion for this hobby and the people and the community that it makes. You guys are evidence of that. Why we're doing this is evidence of that. I have been involved in all types of groups and associations, IPMS. Excuse me, hold on, let me wash my tongue. And now I got to meet David by our affiliation with Modelers Without Borders, which was an absolute blast. And we continue to move forward to make that dream come to reality. And today I'm talking to you as the guy taking the next step in the hobby and trying to make a place where people can actually make community. So
before we take that next huge step, what's your sort of modeling genre? What do you really sort of enjoy building?
Well, so back in early 2000s, like very early 2000s, I first met up with Marcus Nichols of Tamiya Model Magazine fame, and was introduced by a guy named Bob Oler. Bob at the time was marketing director for Tamiya North America. I was doing Tamiya North America's advertising and marketing.
Right.
And Marcus was there for TamiyaCon, which, at least here in the States, that was the golden ring, right? That was the contest everybody wanted to win, because the top 4 winners got an all-expense 1-week trip to Shizuoka.
Wow.
Which,
that's nice.
dude, all on Tamiya. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge, it was a 3-day event. I mean, these guys, they dropped coin that would make your head spin to put that on. And it was absolutely amazing. And the 4 guys every year that went were just treated like royalty. It was awesome. Unfortunately, just like an employee being their agency of record, I could not win, but had a great time doing it. I met Marcus. At the time, I had built one of Tamiya's little D5Ws, but I painted everything with Vichy markings because no decals were out yet. It was a test shot. And he went bonkers over it, saw it, wanted to publish it. From there, I was doing aircraft for Marcus for a long time. And then, several years later, Bob got involved with the people at Osprey, and we were doing the Master Series, both armor and aircraft, different subject matter. And they asked me to do the P-51 book. So go on Amazon, buy an old copy. It actually turned out to be a really great collective effort, although my name is on it. Marcus worked in a small way on it. Brian Kreiner out of now Colorado did 2 builds in it. And then I did a couple of builds as well, including the master build. And the master build was the Model Craft F-82. And if you're familiar with quarter scale aircraft at all, it's a stab me in the eye right now model, because it's just like, but it was the only animal in quarter scale. And at the time I just built quarter scale. So I decided it was gonna be a master build, and that's 80 to 85% scratch built for that book. And about halfway through it, I was ready just to, take every X-Acto blade I had and impale myself. So I had gotten a test shot of Tamiya's entry into quarter scale armor, which was, if you remember right, it was started with the Kubelwagen, but then they released the Tiger One and the Sherman at the same time. So I got a Sherman. So I just said, I need a break. I need something I can just close up, build, and paint. I did. It actually ended up winning big time at the Nats in Atlanta the next year. Marcus published it, and at that point, literally, I finished the book on the P-51. I have not built an aircraft since.
Wow, okay.
Not that I don't love them. Not that I don't love them. I got a stash full of it.
Yeah.
But I've been building armor ever since. And then I've taken it to a point where 2004, last year, took it to AMPS Nationals and won Best of Show and became an AMPS Master. So that's, if it's got tracks and if it's a target, that's my jam. And particularly modern stuff. But yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, you like the modern stuff more than the World War II stuff?
Well, I think not that I like it more, but there are so many subjects that are out there that are relevant in the news that haven't been portrayed yet. And let's face it, some modern armor, or there's a lot of opportunity to build modern armor in these crazy, half-hacked, war-weary type of setups that would just creates a really interesting subject. So I just built a quarter scale T90A in Syria from about 2020, and they're brutally destroyed, and well documented pictures of that in Per Pyle's book from Abrams Squad on the Syrian armor. So I just went to town on that and had so much fun painting and weathering and building a virtually wrecked tank that the people operating it thought it was really cool. So yeah, it's just fun stuff, different stuff. That's what really floats me is unique things. So yeah.
Yeah, I got to admit, I've got a soft spot for modern armor more than sort of stuff from World War II. I don't need to build another Tiger. I don't need to build another Panther. I'm working on a Korean War Sherman with the Tiger paint on it, only because I remember my father, having been in the Korean War, having been in the Choson Strait, would tell me stories of American tanks painted in Tiger markings and stuff like that as a kid. And as you get a chance to research it, some pretty cool stuff. So I decided, instead of using any decals, I'm going to hand paint it all. So that's been an exercise. But yeah. So pushing myself a little bit on that one. So. Yes. Okay, so now fast forward to 2025, and Mr. Stan Spooner is taking this enormous step forward, and I can't tell you how excited I am to hear about this, and I hope this really sort of inspires other people out there. So, Stan, what's your next step in life?
Well, I'm taking at 66 years old, I should be thinking about making life simpler. I've owned my own business with a business partner since 2001, a design firm. Although we do environmental design, signage, graphics, and so on. And although we do all types of projects like that, our primary jam is theme parks all over the world. So we've done them for everybody, and it's really a lot of fun. But it's a lot of work to chase these massive international jobs. At 66, whereas I should be looking to make things simpler, I'm going the other way. I'm bucking the trend, and myself and my new business partner, Henry Tremblay, who owns a shop called Brooker's Hobbies in Southern California, huge shop, been in business for 60 years.
Wow.
We're opening a traditional brick and mortar here in Texas called the Model Box.
That is sensational.
Yeah, we're bucking the trend, and the reason is really simple. Is I believe in the community that's generated from this hobby.
Yep,
I just do. There's a reason you guys get together and suck up a cup of coffee and spend time with people like me at ungodly hours because you want to talk to me across the planet, and it's because we love this hobby. We love the friends that we make doing this stuff. And admittedly, social media has brought many heartaches to a lot of people, but it's also connected a lot of us in that we would never have known each other in any way. So doing this type of thing is really special. But when we're sitting at the bench together, that's when it's really special. Yeah. And when my wife and I moved out here, the thing that Jerry and I really, really hope to have is community within the city that we are moving. We're in a city called Boerne, Texas, which is about 30 minutes west of San Antonio, side of the Alamo. And we said, this could be a really good way to settle in, make some ongoing cash, develop a product, if the store is a product, that can work. Although we haven't created a widget and put it on Amazon and it sells all day long. We're creating an environment with the right help, get the right employees and so on, that can work. I can go in when the time is right, generate community. Sales are happening because the store is needed in this type of area, and there's a lot of this. We sit in the middle of the highest density of club affiliated modelers in the entire United States.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, and that's MMSI, that's IPMS, and amps, and the largest density is what's called Region 7 as you break these things down. That's Texas, Oklahoma, and so on. So yeah, there's a huge amount of existing clients that love the hobby. I'm getting calls from people as far away. So in Texas, you don't measure anything by miles. You measure by how long it takes to get there.
Yeah, same in Australia.
So,
yeah.
So, driving 4 hours in a given day to go to a hobby shop,
That's pretty keen.
it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's one way. It's no big deal. I'm getting calls all the time going, when are you opening? Well, I'm going to come down. I'm retired. This is going to be cool. So the shop is going to be a little bit different. It's only 2,400 square feet, the first shop, this effort. Front, 25% of it is what's unique. The back, all the latest, greatest, all the paints, equipment, weathering supplies, books, reference, everything that you want. It's all there. Front 25% is what we call the social club. It's the model box, hobby shop, and social club. 40 permanent building locations, 3 airbrush booths, and all the wherewithal and all the educational opportunities if you want to learn, or if you want to get back into the hobby because you learned as a kid, or if you want to grow your skills. There is a massive amount of talent as far as friends go that will help you along with that. But beyond that, I'm very, very fortunate, as you guys are, to have relationships with people all over the world. And we're going to be using Microsoft Teams and bringing in international tutorials, and those are pay to play. It's not that much money, and if you want to get, a personal weathering tutorial along with 35 of your closest friends from Spud Murphy, or if we want to talk to. I don't know. We're talking hopefully about having Mig come over in person. We're going to do whatever we can to bring the world to that hobby shop, whether it's in person or through the internet, and I think make a really unique experience.
That's
some impact on some guys' lives.
Really exciting because I'm thinking I've got about 4 or 5 Aussies over here that I can think of who I'd consider to be master builders. A good mate, Bacon Bits, who does fantastic shipbuilding, and also he's a bit of an aficionado on World War I subjects as well.
Yes.
We've got.
Lincoln, of course, Lincoln.
Right? Yeah,
Lincoln.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Lincoln jump in.
Yes,
but Lincoln is a character after my own heart. So absolutely.
Let me share a secret with you. Go out with him after dark and have a few beers.
Is that a secret at this point?
Then it gets really. Yeah. How do you put that paint on plastic?
Exactly.
But I'm not only excited about that. I've been lucky enough to see some concept drawings of the model box, the layout, and it strikes me the way you're sort of doing it up inside. It's not just drywall, painted sort of, just a light grey or something like that. It's a very sort of welcoming environment that you've designed there, and sorry for sort of talking about this, but as you sort of go in. Right in front of you, you've got the area that you've just spoken about, stand where you can sit down and do your work. You get a big TV screen up there. And to your left, if I'm not mistaken, that's where the servery, I want to call it a servery more than anything else.
Yeah, it's where the office, the front of the house, back house, it's all that whole sales area, right?
Yeah. And then down the back of the shop, I almost want to call it a club. Because it's got that sort of club atmosphere, I think.
It's styled after a cigar club.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And down the back is where you can go and purchase all the paints and the hobbies, the model kits and all that.
And on the right-hand side are your lockers, where if you don't have a place at home to build, or you make these massive treks because you want to and you're stupid, but you drive that distance anyway, which I love you if you're willing to do that. you can have a project that you rent a little locker, lock your project up. You don't have to tout it back and forth.
Wow.
Just rent a locker. It's your locker. You come in, you pull your project and sit down. Or, I'm envisioning there are a lot of people that did this when they were kids that want to get back into it, but don't have a place to spread out at home. And if they did, they'd have to spread out on the dining table. Hear their wife, don't do that, and then pack it back up, and it becomes a barrier.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about that. Lock your project here. Come in and build anytime you want. So I mean, there will be sodas and other libations available. There will be obviously during the regular operating hours. There will be after-hour club events going on. We're all, besides what we'll call historical modeling, what we all do, we're going to sell gaming models, Warhammer, Flames of War, and that type of stuff. We're going to have a once a quarter Warhammer gaming event for the kids in the area that do that type of thing, only because I think it's important for us to meet them where they are, which is playing this game and so on. I don't play the game, but I sure as heck am willing to sell them the models and paint them and enjoy them. I've done a couple of them. They're crazy fun. They just spark your imagination. So we'll do all of that. But on top of that, Gundam, of course. Let's face it, it's the largest growing segment of this hobby, and we cannot walk away from that. So there's going to be a lot of Gundam. It's just going to be cool, man. I'm just looking forward to it. I just hope I don't, go down in a piling heap of flames. But other than that, I think we're going to do just fine.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. You mentioned that it's modeled after a cigar.
Club lounge.
It's also got a lot in common with, say, like a golf course, right?
Yeah. Well,
you go there, you have a drink, you play the game, you can buy some stuff. It's sort of the go to the whole. It's got everything involved with it in one location, right?
Yeah, including the pros and all that.
It's a one-stop indulgence shop. Yes,
and
it is.
It's also got some overlap with the Warhammer model. I don't, where you've how Games Workshop will have their own stores, and people will play the game in there, even if it's not much space, generally speaking. But they've been doing that for a long time.
So a franchise store like Games Workshop, which I think just celebrated its 200th store globally, is an amazing phenomenon. I don't know if you guys have all walked into a Warhammer store, an actual Warhammer store.
Yeah, have you?
The one here in San Antonio, it's what's called a shotgun store, narrow, somewhat deep.
Yeah, they love stores like that.
Claustrophobia the minute you walk in. It's a one-man operation because on the window where it states the hours, starts at 9 a.m., closes at 1, opens again at 1:30, and it goes until 8 o'clock at night. The guy needs to eat lunch. So that's, it's a one-man shop. Not a lot of room to play in there, but in San Antonio, they have these gaming club lounges that are places with, burgers, fries, and that type of a thing. Places to eat, places to play games, Warhammer being one of them, and so on. So it's just like a collective lounge type of thing. Well, our idea is to bring that indoors in the hobby end of things, and the hope is that, and it's going to happen to some degree, but the hope is that people just don't come in and sit, that they come in and build, and that we get them to actually, glue some plastic and paint it. And enjoy the art, get the kids out of the digital fray, attach them to history, teach them how to read instructions, all the things that we all know at our age will serve them well. But, when they're doing this, with their thumbs, who knows what they're going to learn. So anyway, and then the hope is to get this thing up and running well enough in a couple of years. We've already had some interest in this and turning it into a franchise. So we'll see.
Very cool.
I do know that in Japan there are some hobby stores that have some small space in like an upstairs area where you can, use airbrush booths and things like that. I haven't heard of them too much in Tokyo, but certainly in like the rest of Japan, it's a little bit common.
Yeah, Asia in particular. It's not even just Japan, but Korea, Vietnam.
Oh yeah. They have those studios, right? Yeah,
those types. They're like little clubs, right? And usually that type of thing means that I've been able to see. If there's a dedicated space, you're right, it's very small. If there's not a dedicated space, they'll go through the effort of pulling stuff aside, setting up some folding tables, and get the friends together and build and so on. I don't want to go through that hassle at home. I don't want to go through that at a shop. So we just said, you know what? Let's don't bury that in back. Let's bring the people and those relationships up front. And so that's what we're doing.
And I think that's kind of what excites me a bit about this whole project is that as you walk into the shop,
the first thing you're going to see is community.
Yes, exactly right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Yep.
That's the goal.
And as I said, with the way you're designing it and the decor and everything you're going to use, it's going to feel welcoming as you walk in. It's not going to feel like it's just a retail shop.
Yeah, it's not sterile.
Yeah.
No, we had a lot of fun with the graphics. I mean, that's what I do for a living is environmental graphics.
Yeah,
so
and
I had
it
a lot of
shows.
fun with that.
It does show, yeah.
A lot of fun with that when they get up there. I mean, the TV. We've got a 75-inch or an 85. I forgot which we bought, and that's where we'll be doing the Teams tutorials and stuff like that. When that's not going on, if we don't have sports playing, then we're going to have just a constant rack of DVDs playing. Military, sci-fi, all the fun stuff that we'd watched as kids and so on. And that TV has a back panel graphic behind it, 10 feet wide by 6 feet tall, of a massive collage of just old 50s and 60s box art.
Yeah, wow.
Cool.
Just because let's face it, if you're anywhere near my age, when you walk into the hobby shop, it's the box art that sold you the fantasy.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was, and seeing as the name of the store is the model box, we thought we'd pay homage to that. And then to the left of that is another 6 by 10 foot panel, and it's this great old shop. I think it was on the East Coast. It was a photo of about 3 or 4 young boys on their bikes, on their 10 speeds, sitting on their bikes, looking into the window of a hobby shop on a Saturday morning as the guy is loading in new product and just turned over the "We're open" sign, and that's a giant gray mezzotone with the saying on it, "Scale modeling. It's not just a hobby." Because it's more than that if you actually get into it, get everything out of it that's available. So that's the theory behind this.
So you picked a fine time to sort of open a hobby store with the difficulties perhaps in getting kits from overseas. How have you managed to overcome that little anthill?
Well, there's no problem getting them. It's just what you're paying for.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Right. So unless of course I'm buying Zavesta kits, that's a little tougher to get. But there's even ways to do that. Not that I'm looking to do that. Honest, if the FBA is listening. So no, it's just whether what you're paying for them and so on. But my business partner and his shop, Brooker's Hobbies in Southern California, is. The store itself is maybe 10,000 square feet, and then he's got another 2,500 square feet gaming space next door to it. That's big huge. Shop. Yeah. Big shop. I mean, this guy, 60 years, this thing has been in business, and it cranks. So he's deep on inventory. We're good there. It's what's new, what's hot, and so on, and we'll track them down and price them as best as we can, and just move forward. Because at a certain point, these tariffs and stuff like that will settle out one way or another. When you realize that the philosophy behind them other than bringing massive funds in, is really about negotiation.
Yeah.
That'll end at some point. That'll settle, and then we move forward. But we're not going to not go out and get what's new and so on. Hopefully, we're going to have some stuff at our opening that no one else in the world has. We're going to be the first ones, even if it's a small amount. We're working on that right now. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We have some really good industry contacts, excuse me, David, with our relationship in Modelers Without Borders. That's my job.
Yeah.
Is when we get to a point with that club where we can monetize a manufacturer's relationship with the club. In other words, make it worth the manufacturer to be involved. I think they're all stoked with the idea. Mm-hmm. It's just we have to crystallize that idea and turn it into something, right?
Yep.
So once that happens, then we'll bring those relationships to bear for the club's benefit and for the club members' benefit. But we're going to use those relationships now for the store and try to make some rain happen that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. So yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, aftermarket and paints. Have you got your paints all organised, and can you perhaps sort of explain what different ranges of paints you're going to be having? Because I know people. It's funny, paints are people get very personalised, but there's so many brands. Nowadays. Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's I don't know. It's like everyone's favorite brand of beer, I guess. Yeah. Everyone's got one, and let's face it, how many types and subtypes of acrylic model paint do we need? I mean, I grew up in the day of Pactra, right?
Yep.
The little glass plastic bottles. If you're, on that side of the ocean, it was Humbrol, right?
Correct.
It was the pots. So, but we will have all of the major lines, AK, Ammo, Vallejo, of which Chem Cabrera, who's a really, really good friend of mine, has been very gracious and over the years provided a bunch of that stuff to use. He's actually the one that got me off of Tamiya paints, but we'll have Tamiya as well. I was using Tamiya paints with the Tamiya lacquer, and I absolutely love it. I would go back to it today if it didn't give my wife a massive headache. So, with Vallejo and any of the other acrylics and using their thinners, a lot of that noxious smell goes away. And I really can't do that within a retail space anyway. So we'll have all of the, I'll sell it all. The only thing I'm not going to sell, I think, unless there's a massive demand, are lacquers. I just don't see a real need for it when there's so much else out there between enamels and acrylics. But we'll see. I'm flexible. We're going to have Citadel for the game, for the Warhammer guys. We're going to have model painter. We're going to have all of it. So hip deep in lots of supplies.
And all the aftermarket stuff sitting there as well, ready for somebody to go and purchase.
I don't know the answer. To some degree we will, but to be honest with you, from a retailer standpoint, in a brick and mortar environment,
that sort of stuff that just sits. Yeah, it sits for ages.
It sits.
So when I meant aftermarket, sorry, what I really meant to say was like tools and
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a nice array of airbrushes. We're gonna do, let's see, I don't want to say low end, but starting at an entry level sort of grade airbrush. That's actually better than that. But Grex, I don't know if you're familiar with Grex or not, but they're a great utilitarian airbrush. I used them for years, and we have a wonderful relationship with Grex. And matter of fact, it'll probably be Grex airbrushes that the store will offer at the 3 airbrush booths that are inside the store right up front. So you can use those for no harm, no foul. But we'll be selling those. We're going to sell Iwata. We're going to sell AK, their new one. I just got their latest. Have you guys seen that yet?
I've seen it online, but I haven't seen it in real life.
So you guys know who Rick Lawler is, right?
Yeah.
Old buddy of mine sent me a housewarming gift. You look at it and you're going, that is a Micron. And but it's not. They have re-engineered key parts of this so it doesn't bugger up on you. which micron is really, really tough to shoot standard acrylics through and have it not clog up on you.
Yes.
So we're going to be selling these. We're going to Vallejo. I don't know if you know this or not, but they just engineered 3 of their own brand new airbrushes that beginner through experience levels. They were co-branding with H&S, which I right now I use H&S brushes. I love them, but the expense has gotten so crazy that they said, we're going to make our own. We're going to make them the way we want them. So we'll carry Vallejos, and I may carry some H&S for those who want to drop some serious coin, but we'll see. So all the Despe tools, beginner tools, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yep. When because the big question is, when is the opening day?
Well, we had some we were shut down for about a month in this process because we had some questions over construction permits, but that's all solved. The floors were coated today, so that means next week furniture starts moving in, so we should probably be somewhere around mid to late-ish November by the time we get inventory in and open up. So it's coming soon. Working 2 full-time jobs is going to hit me really, really quick. So, but just in time for Christmas sales, which obviously is the sweet spot's when you want to hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You on social media yet?
Well, yes, the model box is on Facebook and Instagram. We've just doing a little bit here and there because quite honestly, I don't have the bandwidth right now to deal with a lot of questions about, when and what's going on and what are you going to carry and so on. But that's going to change. Again, my partner, Henry, has a really large staff and some really great kids, and they are chomping at the bit to start providing social media awareness about this. There will be a website, there will be a web store, there will be a eBay store, and of course the brick and mortar store. Matter of fact, the POS system that we're using, once I scan in and load it into the brick and mortar, it immediately appears on both the web store and the eBay store as well. So all I have to do is go in a couple hours early, pull everything that's sold overnight, get it ready to ship, and then we open up for the day, and then at the end of the day, I pull what's ready to ship the next day, and that'll be the cycle. So we're unlike the old brick and mortar days when you really had to work hard to get people in the door. We can reach everybody around the world, and it's virtually impossible web sales to be the price leader on anything, especially when distributors are in fact also having retail stores. They can provide themselves the best possible discount and be the first guy to blow 3 cases out the door, and then everyone else has one. You're going like, well, my shop gets it in a week. And Dave, this is what you and I talked about, is what I can do that none of them can do. What a brick and mortar can do that none of them can do is to provide that experience when you walk in and you pick it up and you hold it. And maybe we have, if it's new, we have one that's open. It's not shrunk wrap, that you can look inside. And then all of a sudden you start jonesing for this thing. You take it. Did you see the new reference book on it? You go grab that. Look at your paint guide. I can hook you up with this, this, and this, and this. That's the type of experience that will not happen on Hobby Easy or Hobby Link Japan or something like that. This is tactile and it's experiential. So that's what we're looking to provide.
And the online stores miss out on that incidental traffic. And what I mean by that is where, a mother was sort of walking past and she goes, oh, little Johnny might be interested in one of those. And she'll walk. Yep. She can walk into the shop and, impulse buy something for his birthday or for Christmas. But she'll
100%.
also get the expertise behind the bar to say, hey, this is what you need. Or that's too complicated for the son or daughter of that age. We recommend this instead.
Yep. Right, exactly. So small story about just that. 3 years ago, so I live in what's called a historic designated town in Texas. Our main street has, which to you guys I'm sure is nothing, but it's like 200-year-old buildings. Over here, if a 7-Eleven has been up more than 6 months, it's a historic monument.
Well, hang on, don't forget Australia is just as old. If it's actually younger than the US. So here's something 100 years old. We go, wow, it's open as a museum.
Yeah. All right. So that's our town, and people come from all over to shop in this town. It's an affluent community that embraces its history. Texans are more proud of being Texans than they are being Americans.
Sure.
So, if you ask someone, where are you from? It's not the U.S. I'm from Texas. So that's a big deal to Texans. So this is a great environment to come shop and a great environment to live. A lot of tech, a lot of oil money, and so on. So you live in Bernie, and then you go into San Antonio or into Houston or something like that if you're an exec and you work and you come home to Bernie. So we have a lot of events going on in town, and we had a hot rod show, and we put a pop-up tent, and just to gauge interest. Was anyone interested in a hobby shop?
Yeah.
First of all, I was blown away with how many people were going, are you kidding? This would be so cool. There's nothing like this around here. I found at least a dozen guys in town that are not club affiliated at all, but build at home.
Wow.
They said, I've never had a need to be a part of a club because I just enjoy building, but we would love to come to a hobby shop and hang out and build. Yeah. There's that. But then I had at least 3 or 4 moms come up and talk to myself or my wife and say, are you going to rent this out for birthday parties? There is no place to take our kids where they're going to learn something like this and enjoy something like this. So all of a sudden the light bulb goes, doink.
Yeah.
And so we've got that. We've got Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. We've got daddy-daughter days. We've got all of these things that we are going to do. We have great restaurants in town. We're going to do Burger Bash Saturdays or Cars and Coffee and sponsor those. Have the latest car kits loaded out there on the What's New table and stuff like that. Yeah. Just trying to get people to combine or to at least relate their passion in one area to the hobby. The hobby, right, as well.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
The final thing, well, you mentioned it's in Bernie, so do you have an actual address?
We do. Yeah. We do. The address is 1022 North Main Street, Bernie, and it's German spelling, Boerne. This was all a massive German settlement back in the day. And that's Texas 78006. And then the website is the model box, one word, lowercase, .co.
Okay.
Not com. That was going to that M was going to cost me $5,000, and I said you could take that M and well, you know what to do with it. Someone was sitting on it. Someone was sitting on the modelbox.com, and I'm going, why would someone possibly do that? And I contacted him, said, are you going to use that? And he says, no, we just bought the domain in hopes that someone someday would do it. And I said, well, how much will you sell it for? $5,000.
Yeah.
Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So
now they're going to sit on it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, now they're going to.
Their
it cost them nothing.
Gone. So. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
well, Stan, I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
Sounds great.
We hear so often about brick and mortar shops closing down. You have come sweeping through like this huge gust of fresh air with this concept that you're getting off the ground, and I'm just excited as heck to see it. I really think you've almost sort of caught lightning in a bottle. I really do, and
I hope so. My business partner Henry is absolutely brilliant at the business side of this. I mean, I'm sitting there talking about the experience, the relationships, and so on, and this guy can haggle over a quarter of a percentage rate on our vendor transactions. Right, he knows the business side inside out.
yeah.
Henry's a builder, but Henry beyond that is a brilliant business mind. And that shop that I was telling you about in California, it's in the Garden Grove, California. We're basically on the border between LA County and Orange County. It's massive, 60 years. Who does that? Nobody does that. And it's a very lucrative business, and I'm so thankful to have him as my business partner. Well, we've been friends for 30 years. Lord knows he's gotten enough of my money, so now it's a chance to make some money back with him. So yeah.
Stan, as I said, we're terribly excited to hear about this, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
How about we get you back on after you've been open for about 12 months or something like that, and you can
Love it.
give us some
Love it.
feedback on
You know what?
what's happening.
Yeah, I'll
Actually,
I'll
you
do
can
it from the store.
you record from the store so we can see it.
Well, I am. You know, I've got one of your fellow Aussies as my podcast mate, Luke Pitt.
Yep.
Oh, no, Luke,
for the-
yeah.
Lukey and Rob Riv, that absolute whack-a-mole out of the East Coast. We do the Quarter Scale Insanity Madness podcast.
Yeah.
When I won AMPS last year, it was the first time ever in AMPS history that something other than 35th scale won Best of Show, and I won it with a Quarter Scale SU 122-54. That was a 3D printed kit that the bottom third of it was missing. I had to scratch build the entire bottom third of it, let alone everything else that had to be done with it. But the point was, Quarter Scale got its day. And so Rob and I were talking. Of course, Luke, has been one of the longest cheerleaders of that in publication. And we said, let's do this. So it's a fun time. Everyone's spread a little thin, and I've been spread thin, so I'm the one that's unfortunately has been remiss in scheduling new recordings. We just did one with Alex Clark, trying to convert him at least temporarily to Quarter Scale from 72nd. I will tell you, have you guys been watching on Facebook all the shots from SMC and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures of Alex winning at SMC with his little 72nd scale? I guess it was a Rocky, the giant, was it 155 millimeter scratch built gun on a T-54 chassis? Did you see that?
I think I missed that one.
I think I may have seen it.
Oh, look,
Go to
I've
his
seen
Facebook-
that
go to his
many
Facebook
photos.
page.
Yeah, all right.
Go to his Facebook page. I could have the size of the gun wrong, but it's Alex Clark Madness to the nth degree. Scratch built white plastic and his own design 3D printed files built into this piece of absolute art. One gold, wearing a model box T-shirt at SMC. So yeah, dude, he flew the flag, which I really appreciate. So yeah, we're doing this thing called just sort of convert the unconvertible. So our first one was Spud. So we're trying to get him to downsize from 16th, and he's doing a Merkava 3, and Alex is doing a Panzer 4. So we're going to try to keep that thing going and invite people who are known to build other things to try the Quarter Scale, the Goldilocks scale, give it a try. So
Yeah, awesome.
Sounds good.
All right, mate. All the best. And as I said,
thank you, guys.
We'll definitely have you back on the show in about 12 months. We'll let you run for 12 months, and we'll get a report back as to how things are going.
And if I'm still in business, it's a win.
Oh, don't say. Of course,
you will.
Lightning in a bottle, like I said.
That's it. Thanks, brother.
No
All right,
worries,
guys.
Stan.
Good to meet you.
You too.
Cheers,
You,
mate.
you
Yeah.
take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Well, gents, it was a awesome interview with Stan.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
he's
sort of
such a
great concept.
guy. He's a great guy.
Fantastic concept.
It kind of makes you wonder why it hasn't
been done before.
more before.
And to have the community at the front of the
Well,
shop.
actually, I do know why it
It's
hasn't
a
been done
great
before.
idea.
It's because, generally hobby stores require a lot of inventory, and they don't get enough traffic to be more than a shoebox.
And they're usually owned by people over the age of 70 who used to do it because that was the way it was done back then.
Well, when you think about it, like it's got more in common with like say a lemonade stand, like the old-fashioned hobby store. The classic hobby store is more really just a lemonade stand. You go there, you buy the thing, and then you leave.
Yeah.
There's nothing there to support you. Like even a bakery nowadays has at least like a table for you to sit at while you eat your food.
Yeah.
I think that I'm speaking from our experience here in Victoria. There have been a couple of model shops where they'll have just one little table or something like that. Of course, Games Workshop's got their one. House of War over in Ringwood.
They got the whole upstairs.
Yeah, that's
They've
right.
got the whole upstairs mezzanine but they're purely gaming.
Yeah.
And they did, I think, dabble in 3D printing when it first came out. You could just bring your file in and use their printers.
Yeah.
But by and large, it feels a bit, what's a polite way of saying?
Sterile.
Not sterile, no. It feels,
You're talking about the House of War?
yeah. I'm trying to think of a polite way to say it. It's, it feels a bit industrial.
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 Yeah.
I've never been upstairs.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay. You got to go upstairs next time you're there. Yeah. It's an.
Well,
it's an experience.
if it feels industrial, they should use that as a theme. Cyberpunk
Yeah, but
out
it
of
feels like 1970s industrial with exposed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
fine.
can work on that.
Yeah,
That-
good.
You just
Well,
got to
that's an
you've got to
aesthetic
use
nowadays.
what you got.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. But
Like you can go to clothing stores and they're looking industrial like that with exposed concrete beams and
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about that.
but
And besides, like with regards to like event spaces, like any place will do that can hold a table, right?
yeah.
And the thing is, like most people don't have
The
like
space.
the space. Like they don't really want to clean off their dining table, assuming they've got enough space for a dining table. Just to play war, and even then, like the dining table's not really big enough.
No, it's not. No.
No, you really need a I mean, they've always had it because, like, Games Workshop sort of set the standard. And then you got House of War. You had I even remember the Hobby Man when they were in Dandenong when I was a child.
Yeah.
They would have they bought out the store next door to
Yes.
double their space, and they had a wargaming table there.
Okay.
I think it's because that's always been there from the very beginning. They sort of realized if we need to get people onto this with an actual store, we need to have event space.
Yep.
But then you think, why hasn't that ever been?
Well, let's
the
hope.
case?
Let's hope it really works well and it catches on.
And
I think it's a good idea.
And you guys didn't get the luxury of actually seeing the concept drawings that I
No.
saw last week.
We're just going off what was said.
And he's right when it says they've designed it so it feels like you're walking into a I don't want to say gentleman's club, but he's right, a cigar club.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever been into one of those before, it's all comfortable and sort of embraces you as you walk in.
It makes a lot of sense.
it
I mean,
does.
like just say that even if you go to say a sporting event at a stadium, right? They've got the food, they've got the VIP lounge,
Yeah.
they've got all this other stuff that's adjacent to just the actual doing of the sport, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It'd be like going to a stadium and there's no actual like thing in the middle where people play anything.
Well, it's like, back in the old days when bowling was still popular, you'd go to a bowling alley and you can get a beer and you can get food there. You
Play
can
on the pinball machine.
play on a pinball machine. You could hire all the equipment, obviously, but you could buy the equipment too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And it was a real sort of social thing. And you see it now, I guess, to a certain extent, where you get those big sort of play areas for kids now, where you take your kids to them. It's like all this equipment they can play, and they've got like a little cafe there and a spot where the parents can sit down while the kids go and
Well, another one you can look at wineries, right? They don't just have a store to sell the wine at the winery.
yeah.
They've got a whole place where you can get meals and wine tasting. They're putting on wine tasting.
as well as a tour of the wine
tour of the
place,
place. They've locked arms with other places in the area, and they've got whole, you get on your bus and you tour around and get sloshed.
End of the day, pour you out the door.
Well, Stan said he was going to have some other sort of drinks.
But I mean,
there,
it just makes sense to have like the supporting aspect, not just the give me money and then you leave kind of thing.
The other thing that worried me a little bit was when Stan said kids' birthday parties.
Well, that's a
That
thing.
could
I think
get out
that's
of control.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Especially,
So-
well, you got to make sure the kids don't get hocked up on red cordial.
No, but-
or something
but
like
think
that.
about
They
it.
just get
So
all these big sugar rushes and go crazy.
If you're just supplying like hot dogs and ice cream anyway there, and sodas, the kids sort of the party buys a kit for each kid. They buy some paint and they sit there and build and have. I reckon that's not a bad
Yeah, I mean,
idea.
it'd be
If
something similar to.
if you have the family that can control kids, but if you got those odd family that don't know how to control kids,
It'd be
it's gonna
something like
chaos.
make and take for the youngins
Yeah.
we see at some of the hobby shows,
Yeah.
model shows.
It'd be similar to like say going to the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like
yeah.
you play video games at the arcade, right? And there's like, you go here, you go there, you play some games, you play with friends, that kind of thing. You can do things like that. You could do birthday parties, but I think it'd be much more sort of like 2 or 3 friends meet up. Oh, Mum, can you drop me down at the model box?
Model box.
Yep.
Model box.
Yep.
And he can just here's some.
Mum and Dad go off shopping and do whatever they want to do, and the kid leave the kid there for the day, and
Yeah, exactly.
Mum and Dad can get some Mum and Dad time.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Settle
chill
down,
out.
Tiger.
You don't even have kids. So.
That's right. I'm fucking lucky, mate. How do you know?
How do I know? We just met.
Okay, Chance. Let's bring this home.
And anyway,
Anyway.
So that's the end of the episode, I guess, is it?
That's
Jeez,
it.
I said bring it home and you go, okay, I guess it's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm going home. I'm taking my bat and ball. I'm going home.
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's been good.
Yes, Scale AC 2025. Don't forget, is coming up very soon.
How
It's,
far away is it?
About
it's,
3 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, 3
about
weeks.
that. So,
Yeah. Was it today, the 25th? Just that's 2 months till Christmas.
yeah.
Come
So,
on, quick.
Scale ACT, so registration's now open for models. So go in there. Don't forget, we are imploring you to register a minimum of 5 models this year if you're coming.
Good luck with that, Dave.
I want to see Up in Lights 1,000. I reckon that'd be awesome.
I'll be lucky to bring one.
Well, in that case, Julian and I are going to have to compensate for
That's
that.
right. I'll have to bring seven and one 8.
Okay. I can bring 7.
7. Oh, jeez, I don't know if I can bring 7. What am I going to bring?
I don't know. What are you entering? Because you're in master section again.
Like, assuming I get the
Tirana.
Tirana done,
Yeah.
I'll definitely have what's that? I've got that one. I got this one. I might have like 3 on hand that I can, off the top of my head. Like, I can't remember what's in my cabinet because I have a real problem of like building lots of cars and then going, wait, did I enter that in this one or did I enter it in that one?
Well, you can go and check because you can go online and see what you entered last year.
Yeah, well, I've got my E-Type. That can definitely go in,
Yeah.
right?
And you built a Hurricane. You can put that in.
No, I can't remember where I put that.
How can you not remember where you put your model after
Because
you
I
built
give
it?
them away. No, I don't have that anymore. But I still have a little tiny 72nd scale Focal.
There you go. Enter that.
Yeah, that's one of the 3.
Oh,
That's
geez,
right.
you're
I
hopeless.
sold my Moosa Root build this week.
What?
Which one? Which?
The Mustang.
Did ya? Who'd you sell that to?
Oh, my ex-boss. Sent me a message. He goes, you want to sell that kit to me? Yeah, what do you want to offer?
What do you offer?
Oh, a good amount of money.
You're not going to tell, are you?
No, I'm not going to
Meat pie.
more money than what I thought I was going to get anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right.
Oh, we'll go towards your hobby room.
Yeah, eventually. It's not. The problem is finding time. That's my problem at the moment. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
Anyhow, that's
see
it.
you in 2 weeks, guys.
Yes, we'll be back in a
Yes, we are.
fortnight. Thanks very much. All right, guys. Catch us later.
Bye.
So,
Well, thanks for joining us this episode. Don't forget, for your listening pleasure, there's a whole heap of other wonderful podcasts for you to listen to. Just go to modelpodcast.com for a general listing of all of the wonderful podcasts. Don't forget to go and check them out. And while you're there, give them a rating as well, which just helps lift them for everybody else to be able to find as well. We'll be back in a fortnight. See you then.